Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us on Black Ink Cinema podcast. It's awesome to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think you are absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Why would you actually
Because a man got to say what a man got to say. Like.
I'm about to die right now. No, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
That's just genuine. It's just, I'm not trying to chat you up. I just say, you look fucking gorgeous.
Where has this been all 2020? Like, that's what
skin is mad. You've got beautiful skin, smart. Oh, God. Anyway.
I'm going to record this and keep this for myself when I'm feeling bad. Say it like all the time. Just said.
It's on file. I've got it. It's recorded.
Thanks, Adam. I'm going to save that. You can't see, but I'm blushing.
Yeah.
Congratulations are in order. Chalk and Cheese, One UK Entertainment, Best Podcast.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I mean, it's an award. It's not the biggest of awards, but award is an award. At least people notice us. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's good, because the people we're up against are very well established. They're quite known. So for people to notice us first, it's quite a good look. So it means it's going upwards.
100%. So, I'm all about celebrating the small wins as well as the big wins. So don't knock it. Pre your Instagram, I see you seem to have a bit of you throw a bit of bants towards the light-skinned community. What's your beef?
You know what? Is when I was younger, they used to piss me off. So I'm just taking a piss out of what pissed me off. I used to take the piss out of them. So I thought, because I always cuss them, I might as well just make a character from it. Because I like making characters. That's my favorite thing to do. I'd rather do characters than do sketches. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I can really it makes me think, okay, in that situation, what would a light-skinned man do?
Are you not light-skinned? Like, so surely you would talk from...
Internally, I'm dark.
I love that. To be fair, I mean, right now, everyone's just choosing what they are. So,
yeah, I mean, there's no separation between skin complexions. I mean, we're all the same. We all got the same attitude, but it's just what I came across when I was younger, and people always refer it to people of our skin complexion. So, and because they used to piss me off so much, I used to try so much to separate myself from them, because I'm not like that. So, you know, like, well, certain people would be like that, and then I'll be like, nah, that's not me at all. Yeah. And it used to actually make me cringe. Do you know what I mean? I've even got a family member that's like that, and he makes me cringe.
I've actually got a friend who's similar to you. She's light-skinned, but she goes in. It's light-skinned. And I'm like, babes, it's all right. Like,
it's so irritating. But like I said, we're all the same, because my friend, he's dark complexion, and he's the one who I'm actually taking the piss out of as well. You know what I mean? So there's no colour behind it, but because we get associated with it, I just
of course.
Why not? I remember all them memes. Yeah, and all those memes that used to come out, a light-skinned man waiting for the bus, and something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, things like that. So I thought, why not just do a character on it?
Oh, God, don't worry. Dark skin, we get it too as well. So it's fine. Have you got a favourite character?
That I do. Well, I do a few of them. So I do the Jamaican karate man, old school. I do the roadman branches, which is the most popular one.
Yeah.
And I do Mr. Lightskin. I think I kind of like bits about all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have a favourite. I think, because like Branches is a charmer. You know what I mean? Even though he's a dusty roadman, but he's a charmer at the same time, and he's delusional. Yeah. There's probably a bit of a narcissist. So it kind of, I can do certain things that like I want to do as a delusional person. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Which is fun. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely fun.
Well, Mr. Lightskin is hilarious to me because he's so easy to do.
Yeah.
Because I see so much people do this bullshit online.
You've got something to work from. You've just got so much content to pick from.
And then I've got the karate man. I like him because he's got so much depth. I can do because he does the karate stuff, I can do like books and anime stuff on him. And do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I think how crazy my brain can go with him, like special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
So So, but I like a bit of all of them. So,
cool. Yeah. So we're here to celebrate Black cinema, and you chose the award-winning Ray, starring the exceptional, talented Jamie Foxx. Why did you pick Ray?
One, because I'm a character person, and two, Jamie Foxx won the Oscar for him, and three, Jamie Foxx is so underrated it actually pisses me off because he is my favorite out of any actor. The reason being because he's so versatile. This guy sold out on comedy shows when he first was coming up. He sold out. He's won an Oscar. He's sold platinum music from his singing, and his radio stations that he used to go mad viral because I used to listen to it. Like when he used to bring on like people like Kevin Hart and go back to back and cuss him out. I've seen him do so much funny things on YouTube, and he's just underrated. But my thing is, I think that he's underrated because he's gone into Hollywood not as a comedian, but as a movie star. So the C is a bit bigger. So he's up against Denzel, Samuel, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, all these type of people. So he's kind of, if he stuck to the comedy side like Eddie Murphy or something like that, he probably would be up there high, just as high as them. But I'm guessing he probably gets more money from what he's doing now, which is, he chose the drama route. But Ray is an amazing guy, and the stuff that he went through being a blind man and getting to where he was amazing. And Jamie Foxx, again, he's underrated with his impersonations. This guy can do so much different characters. He can do Steve A. Smith from... if you look at his comedy, he does Bill Clinton on the stage. He does O.J. Simpson. He does Tyson. He's going to be doing a Tyson movie soon. He can do anyone. So for him to play Ray was almost like second nature. He probably was taking the piss out of him even before he played him. Like the same what he does. Natural. Yeah, like the same what he's been doing. He's been taking the piss out of Tyson for years. So him getting into character is almost nothing. But at the same time, he still had to also play a blind man. Like even off screen, he had to be blind for I can't remember a couple weeks or whatever, just to feel how it's like being blind. So again, he really played that part to the T, And when you look at Ray and then you look at Jamie Foxx, you think, shit, he done a good job. No wonder he won an Oscar.
Yeah, and it's funny because we had Travis on and he picked Collateral, and these two films came out in the same year. And it's just so impeccable that I was able to do those two massive performances.
It's funny because he was saying when he did Collateral, that's with Tom Cruise, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he said when he did that, he said how he knew he hadn't reached Hollywood yet because he said that there was a scene where they were in a car in Collateral, and then there was a car incident where the car crashed, for real. But he said when it crashed, they all ran in and said, Tom, you all right? You all right? No one gave a damn about him.
The money's over there.
Yeah. So that's when he said, nah, I need to get my game up some more. So, yeah, he smashed Ray. He smashed Ray to bits.
No, yeah. And I think because it was a big production as well, it's still kind of considered an indie. So I think people weren't expecting that. And I think people do forget how talented he is, singing, playing the instrument, different instruments, and doing different characters that are so believable. Like when I watch it, I don't see Jamie Foxx, I see Ray.
And that's what makes a great actor.
Yeah, I was fully engrossed in the movie and I was getting really stressed out with all the different themes of like drugs and whatever. I was like, stop it.
Yeah, I know. It's a sad thing though, because most geniuses like Ray have a downside to them.
But you understood why, because of he hadn't dealt with his childhood trauma and this was his escapism. So
yeah, if he didn't take that, he wouldn't be like that. It's a weird thing, and barring all of that, the guy was an amazing dude, man. To sing and to have so much women over him.
This is like the game. His game was mad. Like he quite a savage.
He would touch their hand, wouldn't he? And he would have a certain feel.
I mean, nowadays you couldn't do that. There's
yeah. Oh yeah, you could if you're Ray, you could.
I mean, if you're Ray, yeah, you'll probably be allowed, but you don't want a lawsuit.
Yeah, you could get away with it.
Like, I can just imagine someone feeling that mom. I'll be like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm blind.
No, that's not an excuse.
Yes. You couldn't hit him. You couldn't shout at him. You look bad for shouting at a blind man.
Yes, of course.
He could grab you, boy. You could grab you on your ass, and you couldn't say nothing. He said,
said, like, why does he know where my ass is?
Because he thought it was a handle for a toilet door.
Oh, okay. I see. See how you thought about this.
Yeah, I thought about whenever a couple. If I ever get blind, these are all these.
You've got your game already written out.
Yeah. I always wondered this because he wasn't blind initially.
He wasn't born blind, yeah.
Yeah. I always think to myself, would I have? Obviously, if you're born blind, you don't know any better.
Yeah.
So it must be even more depressing knowing that you used to could see and you know what things look like. Yeah. And now you have to deal with being blind for the rest of your life.
And just learning everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
So depressing. And it was like that kid should have won an Oscar for his performance because honestly, I can't watch those flashbacks without like tearing up or just like feeling.
What's that? Who should have won it? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
The young boy, the one.
Oh yeah, he was really good, wasn't he?
So good, like honestly.
Yeah. He was really, really good. And but it's almost like everyone just looked over him. But
yeah,
that's Hollywood for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depressing life from where he started from, but I guess he turned it around and made something out of it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's quite funny because the relationship with his mum is probably one of the things that hindered him from like being vulnerable, but it's also the same thing that made him strong enough to become the person who he is. And
can I just ask what? Because I haven't seen it for a while. What happened to his mum again?
I mean, she lives her life.
Around.
Yeah, she dies, I think, later on. Like, he mentions her and he says she, like, worked herself into the ground.
Right. But when he moved somewhere else, didn't he?
Yeah, so she sent him to, like, blind school.
Right, yes, that's it.
Yeah, she sent him to blind school because she knew it was the best way that he could learn to kind of, you know, really write and all that stuff that she couldn't teach him. And she just didn't want him to be like her and kind of work or survive from hand to mouth, which is for a mum, for a parent to do that, to put their, you know, feelings aside for the child.
It's an incredible woman, yeah. Because it's stressful, I guess, when you got a child with special needs. It must be the level of care you need more. You need to pay them more attention than you would do with a child without special needs. So my hat goes off to people that can do that. Do you know what I mean? So
100%.
But Jamie Foxx is just like, I think he's an amazing guy, amazing character. Well, however he's off screen, I don't know. But in terms of what he shows me on the internet, who he is as a person and where he's come from is amazing. And he started film from, he was doing films for a bit and then he got into that, was it the rugby one? Was it Any Given Sunday?
Any Given Sunday. Love that.
And he was so determined, he made an actual video of himself for the audition of him playing football, kicking a ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how he said it's almost like he wanted that job. So he went all out and he made his own video of himself kicking this ball, playing football or something like that. And I think he gave it in. You know, I think he went for auditions and he got it. So
that's so nuts. I'd never heard of that before. So that's quite awesome to hear. And I hear you act as well.
Yeah.
So do you consider yourself a method actor or?
Still, I'm going drama school as well at the same time. Because even though I do acting, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not ignorant. I don't like being ignorant and just learning on the job. I still will learn on the job because that's through experience. But I still need other things that when you go to schools, you will learn stuff that you probably didn't know without going. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
So that's why I find it important to always try and educate yourself on your craft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but because of COVID, my drama school stopped, unfortunately, which has kind of got on my nerves.
That is, don't worry, it's just been a Absolutely.
Yeah. So in terms of acting, I still do more the comedy side of things, but I want to get into more drama roles because I like just testing to see, because acting just isn't one straightforward thing, is it? There's loads of different things. And I was saying that on the first day of drama schools, they were like, "Why are you here?" and stuff. And I was like, "Because I want to learn to cry."
Well, that's a great reason. It's always quite difficult. I think the last time I did any sort of acting was A-levels, and it was always fun. It's something that you've got to let go of your...
Yeah. What do you do?
I work in TV production.
Oh, okay. Wicked,
yeah, that's the 9 to 5. But obsessed and love films and stuff like that. So, and my sister and I started Black Ink, which is just to celebrate all things Black cinema. So usually we put on screenings, but because of COVID, we've just taken a second lockdown.
So you do like screenings for people to buy tickets and come to watch?
Yeah. So we've had like Poetic Justice, Set It Off. We had Tenet, Life. And it's quite funny because a lot of people haven't watched these like classic films that I kind of
I watched all of them. All of them.
But, and it's nice to see in a cinema setting as well, because when I did watch it was at home when I wasn't supposed to be watching it because I was too young. But it's nice to see it with people. Like the reaction's always quite cool.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie for like your favorite Black movie growing up?
Oh my God, there's
something that has to stand out in your head. Come on, I know if I gave you
it's really hard because I don't think you quite understand. Like, I don't have a favorite movie. I
don't usually, but what stands out?
I can tell you films I watch often and that I love to watch.
Yeah.
So whether it be like Bad Boys, for example, the first one, like that's I can recite all the words back to back.
Really?
Like I love that film.
Okay. Yeah, I love Bad Boys.
I also love the old films, like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
All right, okay. You like Tyler Perry? I don't like this stuff.
Something nice to say.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's not my cup of tea.
Thank you. Oh, because I was about to cuss you if you said you liked him.
No, it's kind of mean. Like, I respect him as someone who has created something.
Yeah, that studio he's made.
That is huge. And I think I've only ever watched maybe 2 or 3 of his films. And
same here.
Yeah. And they're not the Medea ones either.
Yeah, oh God, I couldn't watch those.
I just don't find that kind of comedy or humour funny.
I think his stuff is it's so basic.
In your face,
even that. Have you seen The Fall from Grace?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's his film as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
I have to watch it because I've got support, right? I have to support, but it's not one that will ever.
Really, it is terrible. You watch, like, the beginning starts off okay, and then it just gets so unrealistic. It's like, what's going on?
I think the only critique with him is because he writes everything. The critique is that he doesn't hire writers. And I think as a man, there's only so much you can see from like the female point of view. And he writes female stories and you're just like, surely you can co-write and get other female perspectives.
Well, hold on. Gordon. So this guy only writes himself.
Yes.
He writes female type of movies from a male's point of perspective.
Yeah.
No wonder he's so rubbish. That makes sense now. That makes sense now.
Like, he doesn't have, like, most, people have a writing room. There'll be like 3 or 4 writers. And word in the street is that he doesn't. And I don't know if he just wants to have like all of the control of the characters, but
probably does. Probably, maybe he's gone through an experience where, because one thing I'll say about like acting or writing and stuff like that is, you probably know this, like when you're writing stuff, people want to change so much of your thing.
Yeah.
Like the other day I was writing, these 2 girls from my drama school, they come to me because they know that I got like a few links or where I am right now and stuff like that. So they're young, they go to my drama school, they come to me and they say, we want to write something, can you help us out, whatever. So I sat down with them and I first put them onto a web series writer. You might even know her, Sanita. But she's like putting her stuff into Channel 4, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, she's a web series writer. I put them in touch with them and then they're both telling me their stories and they want me to be involved with both of them. But I just let them write it. And I'm like, okay, I might say, are you sure you want to? I might say like something like, so what if, just a suggestion, if this character does blah, blah, what do you think? And if they say, yeah, I said, listen, I'm letting you know from now, if you don't like it, go with your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm only here just to throw ideas at you, but I'm not going to try and change your thing. And I hate when people come in and they're like, oh, have it like this. Why don't you have it like that? It's like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because I go gym, and that's why I don't train with no one in the gym. I'm like,
I'm like that.
They like train with me, and then I'm like, cool. And then they tell me what they want me to do. Like, this is my training session. Why are you coming to my training session and telling me what to do? Yeah. So I'm not really a fan. So it might be from that point of view, or he's just a super control freak. You know what I mean? So,
I think it's super control, because you can have really good collaborations. I think it's just finding that balance, which is quite difficult. I also saw that I do love your Chris Brown video. Are you a music man? Do you play any instruments?
Don't laugh.
I'm not gonna laugh.
I was doing I'm going to do the saxophone when the COVID opens back up. But I do a bit of the flute.
Why would that be funny?
Because I love it.
Amazing.
Because people always say, "What, you do the flute?"
I think that's not fair.
I get it, obviously, because I get stereotypes. And you know what black people first say to me all the time? Oh, why don't you play the saxo? You see, they box us into
play the flute.
So, but I will do the saxo anyway, because it is intriguing. Because once you play one woodwind instrument, you can do a few others after that.
That's such a cool skill to have.
I used to MC when I was a child.
What was your MC name?
I don't even know anymore. I can't remember.
You just don't want it
far away. It's been such a long time now.
So in the film, Jamie plays the piano. But he doesn't sing. They use Ray's voice. Do you think that hinders his performance at all, or do you prefer it when
do they? Yeah. Oh, that's upsetting to know.
Even though he can sing and he can do...
Yeah, so why didn't they let him do it?
I don't know.
And I'm sure that he probably wanted to do it because he's a singer.
Yeah. Probably, and he sounds like him. Even in the interviews, when you see him getting interviewed about Ray and singing, he's just...
So why didn't they let him do it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it changes anything, and I still think
Of course.
It's not like I was able to notice it.
Yeah. Acting-wise is great, and that, but I wish that you had let him sing, because he can. He's not the greatest of singers, but he can sing. And I'm sure if he practiced long enough, and because he's a good impersonator, he would have been able to sing that. Yeah, that's quite upsetting, but it don't change nothing for me, because Jamie is an awesome actor. You know what I mean?
Because he dropped an album after that, which I loved. Also, it kind of revived Ray Charles's music. Gold Digger dropped, and which just is a classic and now gets played everywhere and anywhere. So what songs get you on the dance floor? Get you dancing?
I like everything, You know what I mean? Like I don't, apart from like rock and all of those crazy headbanger musics. I like rap. I used to be, but the thing about me, I'm a bit sinister in music. I like real evil music. And I know it sounds bad, but then I have a nice side of me as well, what I like. So I like thug music, like Mobb Deep. I do like Nas. So I grew up on
evil music.
No, I grew up on 90s music. So like Mobb Deep, that's gangster style rap. Queensbridge. So most of the Queensbridge people like Mobb Deep, Nas, Cool Mega. Who else? Big Pun, DMX. See, DMX was quite lethal. So things like that. I listen to gigs now. So that's a bit like
grimy.
Yeah, I think do you know what it is about a character? Yeah. Like when you come across as villainous, even in movies and acting, I prefer the villain to win rather than the hero. Because for me, the hero is just basic. A villain is complex and they're more interesting. Yeah.
It's
For
a very
me,
interesting.
I love a complex person because it almost like, why are you like this? Like you always want to judge the person and think that they're bad.
Yeah.
But do you get what I'm saying? But there's backstories and they have this character, and it's always villains that make the movie. It's not the heroes. Look at Batman, Heath Ledger. Look at Tom Hardy, another one of my favorite characters. These guys make films.
Yeah, I think often a good villain is when they have a great backstory, like, you know, what they did with the Joker. I think giving him a mental illness and stuff like that. Like, I love it when they do that. I hate when they just create a baddie or a villain and there's no reason for it. Like, he just is. He just wants to.
All right. So have you seen Walking Dead before?
Oh, that's like the only show I probably haven't watched. And that's the only reason why is because I'm not really like a zombie fan. That's
what I thought.
I'm not really like a zombie person. Like,
I'm the exact same as you. But what it is that it's almost like zombies ain't really the biggest thing about it.
Okay.
It's basically about the pandemic has happened.
Yeah.
Zombies have come out, right? Obviously they have to protect themselves, but it's about people. Like you're trying to survive with a group of people, then another group of people might come and try to hold you up and shoot you down and hold you hostage. And you've got to find a way on how to get out of that. So the reason why I asked you about that anyway, because there was a villain in there that I really love as well. I like villains. Do you know what I mean? Like, and just things that are quite rough because I feel that they have more character to them.
No, I like that. So I guess you're a big fan of Thanos.
Yes.
Villain of them all.
Yeah. Bane.
Bane.
Oh, Tom Hardy. Oh, that's what
Tom Hardy was brilliant in that though. He was.
Yeah, he's actually one of my favorites. Jamie Foxx, however, doesn't really play any villains.
He was a villain in that Spider-Man film, no? Wasn't he like the green?
Yeah, he was, but he weren't like I like a gangster villain that don't care to shoot you. Like if you get on your nerves, he's gonna shoot you straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Mean.
I know I sound a bit sinister by saying that. I don't think it's the actual villain. I think it's the character behind, like the backstory. Do you know what I mean?
Probably appreciate the story a bit more.
Yeah.
So Denzel apparently was supposed to play Ray. Would you prefer to see that version of Ray, or are you happy with the Jamie Foxx version?
That's a hard one, you know, because Denzel would have been a good Ray, you know.
Yeah.
He's got the square face for it, isn't he?
He's got the face. As well.
Oh, I don't know. I think Denzel could have got that as well. I think he could have probably won an Oscar. Yeah, definitely. It's either him. Samuel L. Jackson couldn't have been a good Ray.
No,
but Denzel, that would be a good run for his money. What do you think?
I think I'll still go with Jamie. I heart Denzel. Denzel's is the god. You know, like there's no. But I think sometimes we're so used to people like Denzel who are exceptional at everything that someone like Jamie would have been overlooked.
Underdog. Yeah, so he's more the underdog.
Yeah, and so I kind of like the fact that he got the opportunity and
to show his skills.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like I said, because he's great at playing characters, it probably would have been easier for him to get into that role play rather than Jamie Foxx. I mean, than Denzel, sorry. Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, I think I agree with you. I think if there was a stand-in, definitely Denzel Washington. But Jamie Foxx, definitely, I would have put Jamie as well. Yeah.
And also I feel like Hollywood have got so comfortable with anything good, and if we need a black lead,
one in, one out.
Denzel, Sam J, Will Smith. It's like if it's not one of those.
Now they got Michael B. Jordan now.
Yes. Now they got Michael.
It's either them four now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like they kind of, and I just don't. So it's nice to kind of spread it out and let everyone have a bit of a.
Jamie Foxx actually, when he went, have you seen Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. So have you seen his one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's the best one out of all of them, man.
I'll watch it straight after this. Yeah. I'll watch it straight after this.
Yeah, he was talking about getting into Hollywood at the start, and he was saying, he's looking at Seinfeld and goes, for you guys, it's hard because there's not much of you. But I think it was Chris Rock or someone he's speaking to, or Chris Tucker. And he said, there's only 10 N-words. There's only 10 in Hollywood, do you know what I mean? So, for him, it was an easy job, really. You get what I'm saying? So,
it's like once they say no, then I have a chance. Or
yeah.
When Jamie was nominated for Best Oscar for Ray, he kind of went off the rails a little bit and partied a little bit too hard. And word on the street is that Oprah had a mini intervention and kind of invited him to a party at hers and introduced him to Sidney Poitier and was basically trying to hone in the fact that this nomination is not only for you, it's for us. And if you win it, you have a lot of responsibility, basically, to carry on your shoulders. And so from that point on, there's an interview and he basically says, like, he kind of fixed up and walked different because he knew he had everyone on his shoulders and he knew he had to, act accordingly because, if he F's up,
it's on everyone. Yeah, as a black person, you got to do so much right things. You know what I mean? Like, look at Barack Obama. He was squeaky clean, and he had to be.
Sneeze.
Yeah, if he did one bad thing, he's messed up for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understand where Jamie's coming from because when you go in and you're first doing your acting roles and stuff, all of this stuff is new to you. You're just happy. You're just celebrating. You're partying out
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a certain way you have to carry yourself in Hollywood or else you will be messed up. They will cancel you quickly.
Use it against you.
Yeah.
Manipulate you. Have you ever had a mini intervention, partied too hard and needed to be calmed down?
No, I'm quite a balanced individual, because I do party. Party. That's another tune music I like. I love South African house.
I love South African house. It's so good.
Yeah, I used to listen to it from when Black Coffee first started coming out with Boosie. Okay. And I was like, I got into it through them and then another group called Black Motion. And then I really my whole CD collection used to be just South African house. So that's a big thing I'm at. But I party a lot. I used to party a lot. Sorry, I don't anymore. Only because I do stand-up comedy. I'm always going to events, so I don't really need to go to any extra events. No, I've always been cool. I've always just known my limits. I've known when something happens in a party to leave.
That's my cue.
Yeah.
Later, go home.
Yeah, I never get into any, man, this is really, I don't think I've ever had a club fight. Nah. So
that's like one of my, when that happens, honestly, I'm fuming because
I'm too short to fight in clubs. Even women are taller than me. They're high heels. Even 5-foot women are taller than me. Who's gonna want to fight me? I'll get trampled on. So it's pointless. You know what I mean? I can't be asked. I know my limits.
You're like, I want an easy life. I'm not involved.
Yeah. I'm not trying to have short man syndrome. I'm not because a tall man love to punch me up.
So the film obviously only stops midway of Ray's life, and they kind of just tell us what happens in the last one. Yeah. Do you think that they should have kind of showed us what happened rather than just saying? Or
it depends on how long. I mean, because the film was quite long, wasn't it?
Yeah, the film was 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's long.
There's no need for it. I think that they got what they wanted to out of it. They got his classic tunes out of it. Basically, you need a start, in the middle, and an end. And they had the start, how you've got Blind. Then they had the middle, his career, and then they had the later part of his life. And then you can end it with just, writing as they do.
One of the things that I don't know, it upset me, at the end when the state of Georgia kind of lift the ban of, because he was banned from performing there when he refused to perform in the segregated stadium. It was just it's a really emotional, I don't know why I cry every time at that moment, because it was just how a whole state can really believe that what they were doing was the right thing to ban someone because all he wants to perform to is a mixed audience. It's just audience. It was just crazy to me.
That's why I take my hat off to a lot of those guys back then.
Oh God, yeah,
mate, because the thing they go through, we're sensitive over just a small word that isn't even the N word. That's subliminal. And we go crazy. We Twitter attack that. So can you imagine what those guys were going through with nothing? They didn't have nothing, nowhere to go, no one to talk to. They just had to take it. They weren't allowed in bars.
Yeah, and that's why you've always got to be appreciative of. Like I never would have survived. Like my mouth would have got me in trouble. It just wouldn't have worked. So I think the Lord,
you would have been you would have had to have adapted.
I don't know how. I honestly just thank you for being born in this time, and even then, that's So I just think we should be grateful for what people.
100%, because they help pave the way for people like us to live better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not great, but better.
Yeah.
Like I said, the music, that's why a lot of us are pushed into that direction, because that was our only avenues, music and sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Yeah. But they can't deny how good those black singers were back then.
Oh, no. I mean...
You have to make it heard. Something so good, they're going to take all the money from it.
That was like the common thread. Just like, okay, I'll let you sing, but I'm still taking all your shit.
Yeah, I'm taking all of that. So,
and what I found quite interesting for him is when he was moving over to the next record label, and he basically asked for his masters. Like, for someone to do that at that time, to be that understanding of the power of your masters, whereas the people who are still getting bumped like this year from not controlling not controlling their masters, I just thought that was genius. So he had to make to move from Atlantic Records, and I'm just glad that he was able to do that. And
that's some G'd up stuff, When you're
100%,
when you're a black man back then, trying to ask him for your masters, like, are you crazy? Do you know what I mean? But that's why he was that talented, because you can't refuse someone that's talented. Do you know what I mean?
Think also him being blind, he was able to hear stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. So hear the conversations, hear when things are important, and he understood very quickly that my master's is where it's at.
So he was able to really soak it in more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're not distracted by what you're seeing. You're just focusing on what you're hearing.
That's true.
As an actor, if you had the opportunity to play in a biopic, have you ever thought of who you'd like to play?
Do you know what? What is it? Could it be? What do you mean? Like, what person are you talking about?
It could be anyone, just as long as it's like based on a real person, whether it's a politician or a musician or an actor.
I think of things like one of my good friends. He's funny, but he's like my good friend. But then someone famous, Gigs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Gigs. That's interesting.
Or Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Because he had a lot of pain. He had sickle cell as well, and he had a lot of troubles with his music, and he had drugs. He took drugs and stuff like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on with him.
I think he would be amazing because I don't know much about his story apart from surface stuff. So that would be a really good story.
Yeah, someone like that, and he's dead as well.
How about a movie about your life? Who would you want to play you?
Some light-skinned boy, innit?
Basically, Chris Brown.
Who do I say that who would I want to play me? Actor-wise, I don't know. Who's in shape nowadays with a beard and that's light-skinned?
That's literally everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's beard gang. And,
I know. But it's just an actor, I'm thinking, that could play me, because they would have to be really, because I'm not an extrovert in real life. I don't do you know what I mean? I'm quite introverted, right? I'm social.
You're an extrovert introvert.
Yeah, but I'm social but non-confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
So who I am is an extroverted, introvert, like you said.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I'm very happy in my own space.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I am. So it would have to be someone that understands that role. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But when it comes to being on a mic or acting, you just change the whole switch and you become a total different person. You know what I mean? So I can act or just be something completely different, because I know what I have to project out to the crowd for them to understand. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm doing a comedy set, and it's a character that I kind of have to, like I said, I like playing characters, so I need a bit of information about this character before I play him. I don't like when I just get a script. Yeah, you're going to be this. I need to understand what is he like before, so I can kind of vision him. And when I vision him, I start talking to myself, and then I'll go into the acting mode. Do you know what I mean? So for someone to have to play me, they'll have to really understand, like, I have to take them around for a few days.
They would have to take it back. Yeah.
It'd be weird, It'd be weird someone playing me, but I like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
When someone plays me, that means I know I made it.
You're officially there.
Yeah, 100%.
So have you got any favourite scenes or scenes that stand out from Ray? Like, for me, one of them has to be when the brother dies towards the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it's just so random. Like, it was just like the most random act of an accident that could happen. And then he just sets off this like series of events.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a part for me where he sits down. I think it's like he comes to this place and he first starts getting noticed, and he's playing the piano, I think, and he starts singing.
Yeah.
And then he's getting noticed, and then that's when people are like, when he first gets noticed. And
is that when he goes to he joins that country band, basically?
Yes. What happens there again? I need a jog.
Basically, he wants to play for this band, but they're a country band, and they're like, we don't have your sort here. And then he just finds a piano, starts playing it and singing, and then they're like, oh shit, like, he's good. And then they just like take him on. But it's that defiance of like not listening to initial interaction and kind of just being like, I'm going to show you, and then
that's what it is for me. It's basically like, I love to see when people that are underestimated get somewhere.
That is like my favorite thing.
And they underestimated him. And then the minute he got on there and started singing, it's like, okay, now. And that's how I feel like in the entertainment industry all the time. They always want to underestimate you, and then you show them something, and it's like, oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, that for me is what I like, because of it reflects me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The other part has to be when he falls down as a kid, when he first starts going blind, and he's screaming out for his mum. And his mum's standing there, but she's just ignoring him.
To get up or something.
To let him do it on his own and kind of like figure it out. That scene.
That is emotional. That part was really good. It's emotional, and she was kind of crying, innit?
Yeah, she was crying. He was crying, and then you see him like honing on using his ears and just like the sound around him.
Yeah,
and he's like, Mom, I know you're there. Oh God.
Yeah.
I can't. It's
horrible, innit? Yeah, it's horrible.
It's too much.
I know. It's so sad to see this is what's happening to your child. You know,
exactly. On that note, so if you had to direct someone to YouTube to watch a clip from Ray to entice them to watch it that they hadn't seen Ray before, what scene would it be?
That part where he falls down.
Yeah.
With Mom, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
And then she's just standing there crying. That's going to make people think, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's good singing parts in there. And it might make people think, oh, what's this? Sounds good.
Not realising it's a bloody tragic story.
Yeah. But I think the dropping down part is and the mum crying and stuff is quite dramatic. I like that part.
For me, it would have to be, because I don't want to, sometimes when you see sad things, you're like, I'm not ready for that emotionally. Like, I have to be in the right mind to watch sad things. I said,
there's also the singing parts,
Yeah, there was the Mess Around one when singing Mess Around and in the studio. And it just was such a like uplifting scene and element as well. I thought that was quite...
Yeah, that's a good scene. There's also a scene where, when he's singing and the woman's singing and she's angry.
Yes. Regina King,
Yeah, she get angry because she's getting jealous, isn't it?
The thing is, you're the side chick. Like, I don't...
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
I know. I don't understand. But, that's what it is. But it's probably his fault because he's probably telling her things that ain't side chick level.
100%.
And that's why she got out of... you get out of line when you don't know your place. And that could be with a man as well. A woman could be like telling a man nice things and he's thinking that she's like well, she's thinking, why is he acting like that? It's because you're the one telling him certain things.
Yeah.
He thinks, oh, she might like me more than what's this could be more. So, you know, he told her, I think that there's no smoke without fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they always try and make like Regina King get angry, they should have been telling you about the parts, what he was saying to her as well, to also make you know, okay, this is why she like that. She's not just some nutter. Do you know what I mean?
However, she walked in there knowing he was married. So, like...
True. She knew he was married, didn't she?
She knew he was married. She knew he was sleeping with the other woman, cheating on his wife. So it's like, I don't know why you would expect
true. Yeah, that's what money could do, though. It's money in it as well. It's
money and attention. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it from me, Chris. It's been so fun having you on.
It's been great, darling.
I hope you can come in again and can talk about another film.
Yeah, man, I'm about, man. Just shout me.
Honestly, I've had so much fun speaking.
Thank you, Rachel.
About Ray.
Nice speaking to you.
Lovely speaking to you too, and all the best.
All right, all the best, darling.
Get your hands on a Gym and Tonic G&T box. Enter the promo code BLACKINK for an exclusive 10% discount on your order. Gym and Tonic, sustainable urban gin.